Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Brachiosaurus Discovery. It is set number 76960, comes with 512 pieces, including 3 figures, and quite possibly the biggest of these Jurassic Park dinosaurs they have ever made, and retails for $80. This is a set I've been wanting to get my hands on ever since this set was even rumored, because that scene where they first see the Brachiosaurus is one of my favorite scenes in the entire Jurassic Park saga. When 6-7-year-old me first saw this movie and first saw that Brachiosaur, I legitimately thought it was a real animal. I had never even heard of CGI at the time. Of course, it was relatively new technology, but still, 6-7-year-old me thought that was a real Brachiosaur. He thought that somehow, some way, someone found an actual island with actual dinosaurs on it. So, props to Steven Spielberg and all the guys at Industrial Lights and Magic, because if the hope was to have people believe that they were actual animals, well, mission accomplished. Anyway, the box art shows off the set in its entirety. Like, you get all your figures, the dinosaur, or plus the 2 main builds, and of course the wonderful Jurassic Park Ford Explorer coloration in the background, going like the slow but steady transition from dark green to regular green, lime green, and then yellow, and then the red stripes. LEGO knew exactly what they were doing when they picked that for the coloration on the box, because it really makes all these 30th anniversary sets pop. And then, of course, you got the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary logo, and then the T-Rex on the side, which goes all the way around to the side and to the back, where you see like the full, like a whole lineup of like dinosaurs at the bottom, plus a bunch of your features in this set, including the platform where you can feed the Brachiosaur, which is actually one of my favorite things in this set. They managed to squeeze not 1, not 2, but 3 scenes in the movie into this one set, and I'll show you that as we go along, of course. And then it just goes around with more of the color art, and then at the top of the set you get a 1-to-1 scale image of the John Hammond minifigure. Very well done on this box art. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. It does have the push tabs, so you don't need to like get like a knife or anything to cut the tape. Well, to be honest, I think I prefer it on these sets. I love that box art. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags, and actually for the first time ever in my life, I actually get at least 1 bag that's actually paper. So that's bag number 4. Oops, we get 5. Ooh, and another paper bag. I'm thinking, take a look at what the contents in the bags. I'm thinking these paper bags have the Brachiosaur in it. So I do see we have a small sticker sheet with, let's see, what is that, 6 stickers on it. Quite a few stickers. I'm guessing they're all, or at least most, are going to be on that Jeep. And here is your instruction manual with the usual CGI rendering. A good look on the scene showing them all. Of course, the LEGO and Jurassic Park logos. And finally, for once, I actually see the addition of the ad for a paper for the paper bags, and actually get paper bags in the actual set. So finally, it just jumps straight into the build. And strangely, oh wait, there we go. All right, there's the ad for the other Jurassic Park sets. So there we go. Okay, nice. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the time lapse of this build, starting right now. Alright, the build is done. That took me about, I don't know, an hour or so. Oh, but quite interesting build on all the main builds, even the Brachiosaur. But first, we will start off, as usual, taking a look at those 3 minifigures. So, starting off with our figures in the order that you build them, first off we have the father of Jurassic Park himself, Mr. John Hammond. He's actually a pretty accurate looking figure. Taking a look at pictures of John Hammond from the movie. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I feel about the bucked tooth look. Like the little space in between the teeth, but other than that, it's a pretty solid looking figure. No like arm printing or leg printing, and then no dual molding. But other than that, it's a pretty good looking figure. Good detail on the front, the nice little touch with the gold in the glasses, and of course his accessory is his iconic cane. It's a little bit too small to get like a mosquito print on there, but it does look pretty good. Here's what the back looks like. And just for comparison, I do have the only other John Hammond figure out there, which came from the T-Rex Rampage. And while different, and they are rather similar. Although noticing, taking a look at pictures, the new John Hammond is a bit more accurate than this one. For starting off, and the T-Rex Rampage, John Hammond has 2 pockets on his shirt, while this one has 4. That is an upgrade. Also, the T-Rex Rampage cane is in brown, while the Brachiosaur John Hammond's cane is in tin. Also accurate. I'll make sure to put up a picture. I'll make sure to put up a picture from the movie to show how accurate to show that accuracy. Also, not too much different on the back of the shirt. Not really sure how accurate that is. The one thing that the T-Rex Rampage Hammond does have is that it is dual molded, and you will see that Hammond has the arms of his shirt rolled up before most of the movie. So they gave that one dual molded arms. Again, no dual molded arms on this guy. So both are rather accurate figures, but more often than not, the new one is a bit more accurate. Alright, next up we have Dr. Ellie Sattler. First off, I'm not sure how I feel about this hairpiece. I feel like it's a bit much. I get that they were trying to go with trying to get more detail into the hair, but in doing so, I feel like they made it a bit too big. Like, I don't remember her, like, I know she had a ponytail, but I don't remember it being this big. I get what they were trying to go for, but I think they went and overdid it. Nice look for the face though. That does look a bit like Laura Dern, and the coloring on the torso is quite accurate. It's where it's like this bubblegum, this like somewhere between red and pink, like this bubblegum pink, plus the blue shirt. That looks good. And like the print for the belt on the waist. The one thing I don't like is that once again Lego is showing that they tend to put too little paint when they're trying to do prints on the legs, because you can barely tell the difference between the skin and on her legs and the waist and the feet. Again, I don't know what's going on with Lego, but they're just doing so thin paint applications on the legs. You can hardly tell a difference. Nothing too crazy on the back, and her accessory is the plant she's looking at right before the Brachiosaur shows up. Being a paleobotanist, she kind of knows her plants. So, and if I remember right, she said something along the lines of this particular plant being extinct since the Cretaceous period. So it's no wonder it caught our eye. Uh, there's actually a deleted scene in where you actually see her just grab it off the wall. I think that's supposed to take place around the time Hammond and what's his name? Gennaro, the lawyer, are having that conversation on whether Jurassic Park is actually safe. But I guess it didn't make it into the actual movie. But you do see her like taking a look at it, so it's a nice little addition for her character. And much like I did with Hammond, I do have the T-Rex Rampage Ellie here. I do prefer the hairpiece here. It's not as extravagant, and it still looks pretty good. You notice the smirk is kind of flip-flopped into two versions, and where this one is kind of smirking a bit more to her left, while the one from the Brachiosaurus set is a little more smirking to the right. As I said, the new Ellie with like the bubblegum pink is a far more accurate color for the shirt than it is with it's like this hot pink with the older figure. I will say that the new figure's legs is far more accurate. Her pants and boots are in more accurate colors, and despite showing little less skin, the skin tone is far more accurate on the older figure. Plus, it goes basically all the way around. Actually, now you can see the legs are actually dual molded on this one. So again, quite a bit of an upgrade on the legs. And so both good iterations on the character. But if you want to get like a perfect one, you kind of need to do a little flip flopping and with pieces in order to get it. And one thing I almost forgot to mention is that Ellie is the only one in this set to have a secondary face. Taking a look at the old one from the T-Rex Rampage, it's a far more it's a definite scared face, almost like she just being chased by the T-Rex or she just encountered raptors. However, the one from this set is far more accurate for the scene. It is just an absolute shock and awe face of having seen the Brachiosaur for the very first time. Very accurate to the scene. I love it. And for our third and final minifigure of this set, we have Dr. Alan Grant. Another pretty good iteration of the character. Or a nice little smirk there on his face. No double face, like Hammond. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the few downsides of this figure. Having seen Ellie's shocked face, I was kind of disappointed that they went with a hat, because of course the hat won't cover up a second face. But I kind of wish they had gone with a shocked face for Alan and as well, because just for a little tie in with the scene, much like Ellie. And basically, as soon as Alan sees the Brachiosaur, the hat's gone. He takes it off in shock. Okay, so I kind of wish either they'd gone with a hairpiece for Alan, so you could have that shock face, or maybe you could have gone with the hat hair combo that they came out with for the new Indiana Jones sets. Whichever they did, I would have been fine with either one of them. But I feel like just the hat wasn't the way to go with his figure. He needed that shock face, much like Ellie did. Other than that, it's a pretty good figure. Much like with Hammond and also Ellie, I forgot to mention this. In the scene, Alan's shirt's arm is rolled up to about his elbow, so I feel like they should have gone with dual molded arms with that. But other than that, and the face print, and it's a good figure. the tie, the shirt and tie, or bandana, whatever that is. Those are all good. Nice adds to nice print on the torso to add like little folds into the shirt. The pockets look good. And a similar look with the back of the torso. And of course, his accessory is his bone claw. And once again, I do have the T-Rex Rampage version figure. Nothing too crazy about difference between the two figures. The face is a bit different, and the tie is in a different position. But the but not, but the other than that, the torso is different, but also similar. Like the pockets are a bit smaller, and there's different folds. But other than that, it's pretty good. The one upside that this figure has is the claw. One thing I noticed in taking a look at pictures for it is that even in like broad daylight, despite the claw being a fossil, it does appear more black in the movie than it does the tan. I get why Lego was going with the claw making it tan. It's supposed to be a fossilized bone, but it does show up more often as black. So again, good version of all three figures. And for the final figure in this set, we have probably the thing that bumps the price on this set so high. We have our Brachiosaurus. This is a pretty darn good model. Oh, that sticks pretty well to what the Jurassic Park dinosaurs look like. Admittedly, the colors are a bit off. It's in the movie, the Brachiosaur is like a mix between gray and brown. However, I do love the color scheme here with the main body being gray, plus the blue details all around this thing, like on the legs, the torso, the tail, everywhere. Got a good look at a good coloration on the eyes with the yellow. I will say that the jaw on this thing is probably the hardest of these dinosaurs. They're usually pretty easy, but for some reason I just had the hardest time getting this thing on here. Also, unlike most dinosaurs of these, there isn't real. You can't really get it in an in between state. But I don't mind that because this is one of the few ones where it doesn't look like the jaw is about to break, and it's all the way open. And one thing I will say about this guy is that as big as he is, he's about 10, 11 inches tall. Like 9 or 10 inches tall and 10 or 11 inches long. For as big as he is, he's actually surprisingly light, especially this torso piece. When I first picked it up, I thought the inside might be hollow. Oh, but yeah, he's actually pretty light for his size. And speaking of size, I do have one of the T-Rexes here for a bit of a size comparison. So it's as you can see, it's almost the same length as the Brachiosaur. So you got the T-Rex, you got a good idea of how long this thing is. I will say though, when it comes to like the neck pieces, I will say this is almost a bit of a downgrade compared to what Lego has done before. Like back in the early 2000s, like around 2001, Lego came out with their first dinosaur wave, with their first dinosaur focus wave, where the builds were just the dinosaurs. It was only about $10, but each set you could build 4 different dinosaurs, and one of those dinosaurs just happened to be a Brachiosaur. And I'll show you a image of what it looked like. But you take a look at that image, you notice that this is a bit of a downgrade, because as that version of Brachiosaur had the full range of motion that this thing does with the neck. However, there's no gaps anywhere on that set, and you notice that there's some pretty large gaps both in the base of the neck where it meets the torso, and in the neck where it meets the head. There's a pretty large gap. Also, that Brachiosaurus neck was in two pieces instead of this one. Instead of this one, where it's only one, so you were able to get even more movement out of it. And again, no compromises in the look. Again, this does fit the what Lego has been doing with the dinosaurs for the Jurassic Park sets, but it does still feel a bit like a downgrade. In fact, those dinosaurs, you could, while it was the legs were one piece, so you couldn't move them individually. You could move them much like the neck. Unfortunately, these it's all one solid piece. You do see that, like on the feet, each foot takes up a 2x3 space. Oh, there's also a 2x3 space on the top of this one. But again, if it's the look for the Jurassic Park dinosaurs, but it does still feel like a bit of a downgrade from what Lego has done before. But that doesn't detract on how good this Brachiosaur looks. Alright, for our first main build, we have the classic Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Same. Of course, this thing looks pretty darn accurate for what you see in the movie. It is the Jeep marked JP18 in the movies as the one that Alan, Ellie, and Malcolm ride in. The one with Hammond and Gennaro is marked 29. And I kind of wish that Lego had been able to give you the stickers to make this the 29 and the 18, similar to what they did with the Avengers Quinjet last year, where you could make it either a Shield Quinjet or the Avengers Quinjet. I kind of wish they had given us the stickers to switch out to be like 18 or 29, just in case you wanted to buy multiples of these sets, because between the Brachiosaur and this Jeep, I could see people wanting to get multiples. Heck, I'm kind of like the one to get multiples of these guys. But yeah, there's quite a bit of stickers on this guy. Like, most of the detail on this thing is stickers, like the license plate, the hood over by the doors, near the doors. Whereas all of those are stickers, but stickers that are well done. And for once, I actually think I did pretty good putting these guys on. You notice they even got the Jeep logo go on here, kind of like what they did with the Barbasol can in the Dilophosaurus set, which ironically also had the Jeep. It just had the top version, while this one has the classic roll cage. As you can see, it's on there a couple clip hinges, and it can be easily moved to fit your figures in here. Now you notice it actually has space for figures, much like it does in the actual set. You just don't actually put them all in like where they're supposed to go. So let's go ahead and see how well these guys fit in here. So, got Hammond here. I think probably won't be able to fit him there with his his cane, but we'll put him in the driver's seat. There we go. Then Ellie was up here. Might be a bit difficult with the leaf. Let's see, come on. Well, I mean, I thought you'd be able to get both of them in here. Well, maybe you can. Just wonder if her hands are in the way. Hold again. Get her to hold still. There we go. Oh, and then Alan was in the back. Technically, the seats are supposed to be like Alan was supposed to be back behind where Hammond is. Then I got the Ian Malcolm for the T-Rex breakout set, and he can just pop up there. And yeah, there you go. Got yourself a fully loaded Jeep. This figure is from another set, so here's what it would actually look like fully loaded from the set. It's from everything in the set, but you can get 4 figures in there, and it looks pretty good. And also, I like the add detail of another of a replacement wheel. Just these things are going over some pretty rough terrain. You never know when you might need some roadside assistance. And just for scaling, I do have the soft top Jeep over here, and no surprise, with the exception of the updates between the roll cage and the soft top, and the added detail of all the mud, and they are basically the same vehicle. So good on Lego for basically keeping the two vehicles the same, since they are basically the same vehicles, just with some minor changes and additions. And for the final build in this set, we have a pretty nice looking and pretty decently sized tree. Speaking of size, here is the Brachiosaur compared to it, and as you can see, the Brachiosaur can be adjusted to reach quite a few of the branches. So pretty good sized looking tree. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing from the ground up. Starting off, we have the Brachiosaurus paddock sign, similar to the one for the T-Rex in the T-Rex breakout set. It does have a couple of stickers. There's the Brachiosaurus paddock on the map, and a warning for no feeding the animals, no flash photography, and no yelling. Pretty simple build, only like 3-4 pieces and 2 stickers, but it certainly gets the job done. Next to it, we have a cracked eggshell, which is another scene in this set that can be recreated. Especially with the little rounded area here, this is where Alan and the kids realize that the dinosaurs are breeding. That's with the cracked eggshell, signifying the location of the nest. You notice that there's quite a bit of foliage at the bottom between the leaves and these pink flowers. And if you turn around, you'll notice that one of those pink flowers is the Little Frog Easter egg. With all of these 30th anniversary Jurassic Park sets, Lego has snuck in a Lego frog of various colors into all the sets as a little reminder that the dinosaurs were able to be recreated using frog DNA. So nice little touch of the Easter egg there. Coming around the back of the tree, it's pretty bland, but nothing. But it does have a little color variation between the brown and I believe this is supposed to be olive green and also you can see how some of the branches are connected with these little clips or with Technic. One of the nice things about this tree, it's that the branches are all the various designs. It's not You're not constantly building the same branch over and over again. There's a couple of good variations. And swinging back around above the nest, you have a little platform which serves as your third scene in the movie. Yeah. Let me go ahead and grab Alan here. I don't really know how many figures can fit on there comfortably. It's probably just the one. But this is to recreate the scene right after in the morning after the T-Rex attack, where Alan and the kids meet that sick Brachiosaur and gotta feed and pet it. Plus the scene where Lex gets sneezed on. But yeah, there you go. Three scenes from Jurassic Park, all in one set. Not bad, Lego. You didn't have to do that, but I'm glad that you did. And again, just one more look at all the foliage. And again, with the Technic, got some clips on, just some regular clips, some clips on joints. it's definitely one thing that I appreciated with building the tree. Here, that all the branches weren't constantly building the same branch over and over again. There are different colors and different sizes. So nice little build that definitely plays into the whole Jurassic Park scene with the Brachiosaurs. And last but not least, here is what all you get an extra after the build is all finished, and you actually get quite a bit of interesting pieces. There's an extra amber piece from Hammond's walking stick. Actually, you could almost build a second walking stick. You just need an extra one of these 1x1 plates with the holes in the middle. Got an extra claw from Alan. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention, you notice you got a hot dog here in brown. That's actually used for some of the smaller branches on the tree. Interesting piece of usage, I gotta admit. Like I said, there's an extra claw for Alan. You could do another leaf for Ellie. Got a gear stick from the Jeep. A lot of extra pieces for an $80 set. And then, of course, you get the obligatory brick separator in these larger sets. So, that's everything you get in this set. Let's go out to my final thoughts. So, what do I think of this set in general? Personally, I very much enjoy it. Of course, I did point out that there were a few flaws, like the miscoloration on Ellie's legs and like the gaps in the Brachiosaurus model. But overall, I do quite enjoy this set. For what it is, that Brachiosaur is fantastic. It fits in quite well with the other Jurassic style dinosaurs Lego has done recently. The three figures included are all good. I do like the updates to the figures, like making Ellie's shirt the right color, adding the extra pockets to Hammond's shirt, making sure his walking stick is the right color. These are all good updates to figures that they already had that make them more accurate. And the Jeep Imp, once again, is, of course, it's very iconic, and I'm glad that Lego did it right. Again, I do wish that they did include extra stickers to make it the other Jeep in that scene, but I'm glad it's there. The tree is an interesting build, nice little touches to Easter eggs. Again, they didn't have to make it so you could recreate 3 scenes in this one set, but I'm not going to complain that they did. It's just a very enjoyable set. The only real downside about this thing is the price. Of course, that Brachiosaur probably makes up the good $10-$20 of what makes this set an $80 set. Normally, it'd probably be around $50-$60. Yeah, but again, those are brand new pieces. They're very big pieces at that, with the exception of the jaw. That's probably what makes up the extra $20, making this an $80 set. But adding that Brachiosaur in I feel like it's worth the $20. It might feel a bit overpriced, but I feel like what you get, I feel like I got $80 worth of Lego. And again, I could easily see people wanting to get multiples of these, especially with that Jeep. You want to get, if you want, trying to do like a Jurassic Park mock, that Jeep is definitely be something you'd want multiples of, including plus multiple Brachiosaurs. And so again, I feel like I got $80 worth. Yeah, I feel like I got $80 worth of Lego. Not to mention that John Hammond. That version of John Hammond is exclusive to this set. I do same with that version of Alan Grant, I believe. The only other set that comes with Alan is the Visitor Center, and that's after the version is clearly after the long night they had after the T-Rex attack. The only non-exclusive figure here is Ellie, who also shows up in the Raptor pin, the 4 Plus set, and the Triceratops set. Although I won't be surprised if that facial expression is exclusive. Everything else of her shows up in other sets. But anyway, for a set that people might say is overpriced, I feel like I got my money's worth of Lego. It's a great set, wonderful addition. I would have been very disappointed if Lego didn't do this scene in its 30th anniversary Jurassic Park wave, because this scene is just so iconic. It would have been a crime if they didn't add this set, and I'm very happy that they did. So, that is my review on this set. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I helped you make your decision on whether you get this set or not. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to let me know down in the comments, and hit that like button. You guys know what to do. At the end, on the end screen, you can find some more of my content, and I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody!